Welcome to Poland Daily Business. I'm Nicholas Richardson, and this is The Business. Warsaw Chopin Airport has begun operating a new Airport Collaborative Decision-Making System. The ACDM system is an information exchange system that streamlines flight handling and ensures the punctuality of flight operations. Warsaw Airport has thus joined dozens of airports that operate this state-of-the-art system. The European Organisation for the Safety of Air Navigation, Eurocontrol, recommends that airports adopt the ACDM system. The Romanian presidency of the European Union has decided that the European Parliament's negotiations with the European Commission and the Council of the European Union about the regulations adopted by the Parliament regarding road transport companies will not take place next week, as had been expected. This means that the new Parliament, elected at the May parliamentary elections, and the new European Council will decide on the final shape of the controversial regulations, an outcome favoured by Poland.
You are watching Poland Daily Business Edition. We are at Katowice Economic Congress. Our guest is John Llewellyn Armstrong, Counselor of Economic Affairs of the United States Embassy. Sir, thank you for coming to our studio.
Oh, it's great to be here, and here in Katowice.
Katowice is a fantastic place for business. It's a fantastic booming place of Polish economy. But let's start from the Polish-American relationships. We've heard that this government wants to improve these economic relationships and sort of put it on a new level. How do you see it from the American perspective?
Well, I have to say right now the relationship is very good. I'd look at a couple of things on the statistics. First of all, we've been a strong investor in Poland since 1990. Our companies took the risk. We also had the Polish-American Enterprise Fund, later changed the Polish-American Freedom Foundation. And investments since 1990, the American Chamber of Commerce estimates $43 billion. Another area that's improved, I would say, more recently is bilateral trade, and it seems to be advancing on both sides. On one hand, according to the statistic from the GUS, the Polish Statistical Agency for last year, the United States is now the 10th market for Polish exports. And perhaps even it'll move into number 9 in 2018. We'll see. But that's a definite improvement over the past, and I'd have to, well, there's credit to the Polish exporters, certainly to the Polish Agency for Investment and Trade has something to do with that, and there's the creation of the Polish Chamber of Commerce in the United States, which I also think is a welcome sign and a sign that the relationship is approaching a new level, because the third area that I'd say things are very good and the tendency continues to be very strong is in Polish investment in the U.S. I was the trade officer at the embassy 20 years ago. At that time, Polish investments in the U.S. were very rare, as we would say, as rare as hen's teeth. Now there's almost $1 billion in Polish investment, and matter of fact, this morning at one of the panels, Minister Naimski mentioned that there may be in the near future a Polish investment in liquefied natural gas in the U.S. So that's, in all those areas, we're doing very well.
Well, this is a very interesting topic you mentioned, the Polish investment in the United States. Are there any sectors that are predominant in this Polish business people who want to invest in states?
Well, a couple of things that I think are notable. I haven't run an analysis of all the investments, but there's a company, and I won't mention any names, that is very strongly invested in copper, that has a large investment in Nevada. Yeah. Another company that's has, if I'm not mistaken, produces candles in the United States and such things, and has recently signed a contract with a very large retailer in the United States to sell those products in that retailer's stores, which are in every state in the Union.
Copper in Nevada, what company can it be? Well, who might guess? Let's go to the energy market, because this is like a hot topic, because it's also very strongly connected to the politics. As you know, Poland is net importer of energy. We are buying a lots of fuel, both gas and oil from Russia, and obviously we need to balance. How advanced are the works on Polish import of energy sources from states?
I think they're doing very well. We had the first deliveries last year of liquefied natural gas, or one last year, and I believe there's been one this year. A medium-term contract was signed for, if I'm not mistaken, 9 deliveries over the space of 4 or 5 years. That was signed in November. So that's great. It means energy diversification for Poland, and it means jobs for Americans on our Gulf Coast. So it's a win-win situation. Another area I'd point out on energy is since we've started petroleum exports again after a hiatus of approximately 30 years, maybe even a little more, there have been 2 spot deliveries, I believe, to Poland. So that's another area where there's also the energy from a different source, not from Russian oil, but from U.S. oil. I think there's room to grow. As I mentioned, there's a possibility of a Polish company investing in liquefied natural gas in the U.S. We'll see. We want investors. Bring it on. We're open for Polish investors.
Final question, what about Nord Stream 2? Oh, Nord Stream 2, sorry.
Nord Stream 2. As our government, the United States government, has made perfectly clear, Nord Stream 2 does not make sense from an economic point of view. It's a political project. I think the conclusions of that and our opposition to it and our questions about it, our very serious questions, are quite clear.
So we will see, apparently this message haven't come true to the Germans and others who want to finance this project.
Well, I believe in redemption, and I believe people can turn around even from the worst mistakes.
Well, I also share this belief. Thank you very much. John Lowell Armstrong of United States Embassy was our guest. Thank you very much, sir. And please watch us next time.